Hello everyone, I'd like to talk about the hostility between the trans and genderqueer and gender fluid groups of Tumblr. Now, I'm in a minute I'm going to explain my sexuality or my I don't know aspect of it, but on Tumblr I do tag my post quite often as both gender fluid or genderqueer and trans because honestly, I don't know. I have papers written out about this because I don't know what to say. Pink Sharpie, I can only find that. I mean, okay, definition of trans, for instance, is a person whose gender identity or gender expression or behavior does not conform to the sex they are assigned at birth. That, I feel like the Tumblr community, or some of them, the trans community, is like, oh my god, if you're not totally wanting to change your gender, if you totally don't feel like the other sex, then that you're not trans. And I don't know if this is true of some people. This is just what I've perceived from my end. I know this is probably not true, and I'm just probably making stuff up and being harsh. But so I just feel like I'm somewhere, as current moment, I'm maybe somewhere in between gender fluid and trans. I really don't know. I mean, it doesn't say in that you have to be totally male, or like feel like you're totally male or totally female. It's just that you don't conform to your assigned gender role or your assigned gender at birth. I've never conformed with my gender. When I was a kid, I wore boy clothes. When I was in 4th grade, I told my mom I wanted to change my name to Carson. I cut all my hair off. So my mom bought me boy clothes. I've never ever conformed to the gender roles. I've always wanted to be friends with guys. Like I've always been better friends with guys. Never hung out with girls. Never really did my nails or anything like that, and didn't really care about clothes and makeup. I do wear makeup, but that's just because I really like the edgy style of like eyeliner and stuff like that when I wear girl clothes, like I usually have to at school, because they're not exactly tolerant, and I would get bullied because of it. For instance, when I was 5, I went up to my mom after playing outside all day and said, "Mom, I'm a boy on the inside." So to me, that can mean I'm trans. I don't really know. I consider gender fluid a possibility because I shift between feeling, oh yeah, I'm okay with having boobs, but I still dress like a guy, like I still dress more masculine. I change. Not very often do I ever feel very feminine. It's maybe once a year, like tops, that I feel feminine, or I consciously make the decision to wear a dress, or like want to feel girly. That just doesn't happen to me very often. Let's see. I've been from December of last year to September of this year, I was in a relationship with a guy who was not very tolerant, and I actually grew my hair out for him because I had short hair, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I like girls with long hair, and I think it's weird that you look like a guy." And I wore a binder in front of him, like a makeshift binder in front of him, maybe 3 times in the time, every single time. Like I had talked to him about my identity. He was okay with me being pansexual or not being straight, I guess. I don't really identify as pansexual either. But he wasn't really on board with the whole other thing and basically bullied me about it. Every time if I wore a binder, he'd be like, "Oh my god, where are your boobs? You look like, where are your boobs? Oh my god." And he would make fun of me about it. So I just pushed it to the back of my mind because, I just I didn't want to get out of the relationship because I was being really stupid about it. And I honestly regret every single one of those months because a lot of bad things happened in that relationship that should not have happened, and I should have broken up with him right then. Violated my trust, violated me in general. But for some odd reason, people are stupid and they fall for stupid people. And so I grew my hair out. Before I started dating him, my hair was up here. And then so I grew it out. I wore makeup, I wore dresses. I pushed every single thought about maybe I'm not female, maybe I want to wear a bind, maybe I want to be androgynous. I pushed every single thought to the back of my head. Let's see. I've always thought it would have been much easier to be a guy. Like, I've always wished that I'd been born a guy. Everything would have been so much easier for me. I don't fit in with the girls at my school. And I don't really fit in with the guys either because I am a female, and they still see me as a female. They do not see me as a guy, and if I had originally been a guy, I probably would have fit in better. But I am a noob when it comes to the whole figuring out gender, because honestly, I have only considered the possibility of being even androgynous in the past year. That was the first time I allowed myself to think about it, was in the past year, because of one of my friends. And I thank the Lord for her, because she's helped me through everything. Like, she's listened to me when I've just been ranting about stupid shit. I mean, she's amazing. I'll actually link you to her blog, because she's phenomenal and is the nicest and sweetest person ever and understanding. But less than a year ago, I mean, I was still completely and wholly female, and I thought of myself as female. I didn't know that I could be something other than that. I didn't know, even though there was androgyny, I didn't know about that until a year or so ago, that it even existed. Because, I mean, I live in the South, so what you're gonna do? I mean, let's see, okay, 3 months ago was the first time I ever even looked at buying a binder. I did bind a little bit the end of last school year, because I only did it maybe twice or 3 times, and then I binded some over the summer. But that was just more like androgynous. I never wore male clothes, except for when I went camping, but that was a different story. And I've never really considered myself wholly male or anything. All I considered was, oh yeah, I just like looking this way. I don't want to change anything about my body. Didn't really consider the possibility of changing anything about my body until 2 weeks ago. I had finally asked my mom about buying a binder, and we were discussing it. She was just like, I honestly think that one day you're going to come up to me and say, Mom, I want to be a man, and I will be okay with that, and I will be here for you. Because of what I was like when I was a kid, that's what she believes. I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but after she said that, I just looked at myself in the mirror and was just like, I don't want a dick, do I? Do I? And I honestly had no answer for myself at that point. I mean, sometimes over the summer, I looked in the mirror, and just recently, and just basically for a while, I just looked in the mirror and cried, because I did not like the fact that I had boobs and the fact that I had lady parts, for instance. But, I mean, I really don't know whether I identify as gender fluid, genderqueer, androgynous, or anything in that range. I'm still figuring it out. I really only had 2-3 weeks to honestly consider the fact of, yeah, maybe I'm trans. Maybe I am. I don't know. I really have no idea, because I have just started looking into this topic. So, like, I just feel like on Tumblr, you're really alienated if you try to say you're both, or say you're considering. People do not really listen to you about that. I mean, I've gotten quite a few inboxes. If I tag something as trans or androgynous or something, or gender fluid, people have gotten mad at me. And I'm just like, look, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I don't even know what I'm talking about now. Let's see, do I have anything else on my little sheets? I don't know. I don't know. I want to change my name to Carson when I was in 4th grade. Don't know if I said that. But I do honestly want top surgery. I have no idea about anything else. But top surgery is what I would be okay with, because, I mean, if I really wanted to, I could still look female. But honestly, 99% of the time, I do not want to look like a female. So, yeah, I guess that's that. Bye.